What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, now one big rivalry that you see a lot between brands is going to be Makita versus Milwaukee. Now, I'm not comparing these two tools. These two tools aren't comparable at all. I just don't have the Milwaukee impact driver myself, and I was watching a video from Pro Tool Reviews. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out their video on that. They did an awesome comparison of the Makita, basically the XGT Gen 1 versus the Gen 4 M18 fuel. Now, watching that video, the M18 fuel just, destroyed the Makita. It was pretty clear that, the Milwaukee is the faster, overall better tool. When it came to warranty, price, speed, there's a lot of things that the Milwaukee did a lot better. Now, if you're ever watching reviews, and if you were like me a number of years ago, where I was looking between DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, and a couple of other brands, of course, it can be kind of hard to tell exactly which brand to go for. And if you kind of scroll down in that video, you read the comments, a lot of people say, oh, I'd still go with the Makita because it lasts longer. That can add even more confusion, and you might not even know what to buy at all now because there's so many guys defending every other brand. There's a lot of, brand loyalty, brand bias out there. It can be really hard to tell which brand to go for. So I'll explain a little bit. When it comes to testing of the tools, Milwaukee does a fantastic job of being able to win in the most clear-cut, testable scenarios. So a lot of times when it comes to speed or power, Milwaukee's going to do a fantastic job. On paper, Milwaukee also has one of the longest warranties in the industry at 5 years, and overall they've been fantastic when it comes to warranty replacement. I don't really see a lot of complaints on the Milwaukee warranty. Now, when it comes to pricing, Milwaukee can be, of course, up there on a lot of tools, but they can also be some pretty good deals as well, too. Especially when you compare it to the new Makita XGT line, which is the Makita 40-volt line, which pretty much now is the most expensive line out there when it comes to power tools. It used to be M18 fuel for a number of years. Remember, just a couple of years ago, it was always M18 fuel as the most expensive tool line for the most part. Not every single tool, but a lot of the tools, they were more expensive. So when you're looking at reviews like that, and if you even ask me, hey, why am I still big into Makita when of course Milwaukee is going to be on a lot of times cheaper, it's going to be faster, longer warranty. Well, I've been trying out a lot of different brands. I've had DeWalt, I've had Milwaukee, I've had Makita, and this of course is just my personal experience, but I've had more warranty issues, not with the company itself, but just more times when I had to warranty the tool with Milwaukee. And I'm not saying that's going to be for everybody, it's just that I had more issues with Milwaukee. The tools were powerful, yes, but they weren't as dependable as I needed them to be. So I changed over to Makita about 2.5, 3 years ago, and I've only had 2 issues so far out of the probably 60, 70 tools that I have now that I use on a daily basis. Is that going to be a true story for everyone? Of course not. It's going to be different for everyone. Some people might drive a Ford, they might drive a Chevy, and they might have an issue with the other one, and they might switch over to the other brand, and now they never have a single issue ever again. That's totally possible, and that's just how things work. But when you're comparing these two brands, you can't really argue a lot of times when it comes to price. Now, if you do compare retail price, let's talk about that for a minute. I might take the Makita Impact, I might take the Milwaukee Impact, and let's say the Milwaukee is cheaper, like it was in that comparison. Well, that can be true for maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but one might go on sale, one might be able to find used somewhere. There's always going to be a deal to be found somewhere. I have a ton of Makita tools, but I rarely pay retail for them. I think I maybe paid retail under 3 times now for any of those tools. I always like to use the Home Depot thing where you get the free tool and you return a tool. So when it came to this Impact, I got the hammer drill, I got 2 batteries and a charger for right around $220, which would in fact then be cheaper than the Milwaukee M18 Fuel Gen 4. Any price that I've seen so far for that tool, this is still going to be the cheaper one that I have found myself personally. Now, if you're in a different country, maybe you haven't seen those deals, of course the Milwaukee is then going to be cheaper to you. So there's always going to be those factors there. You might walk into, say, a pawn shop or on eBay and find either the Makita or the Milwaukee cheaper on one of those occasions. That's always possible too. I feel like whenever I'm with Zach, he finds Milwaukee stuff cheaper all the time, and I always find Makita stuff cheaper all the time. Kind of just how it goes. The brands we're looking for, we have to find which one's cheaper, which one's not. So you never know what you're going to find. All right, let's move on to power. Now, like I said before, Milwaukee is well known for having a ton of power. They're known to be generally the fastest tools out there when it comes to the majority of, the power rating tests that you can find on YouTube. And that's fantastic. Now, is Milwaukee the most powerful brand out there? I'm definitely going to say no. There's been a lot of other brands now that are definitely getting competitive. If we take, say, Hercules, Flex, and Cobalt, and even the little brother brand Rigid now have more powerful impacts rated by inch pounds than Milwaukee now. So does that mean Milwaukee's going to be losing those competitions? Well, yeah, we've seen Milwaukee now lose a number of competitions to other brands getting a more powerful impact driver. My only question to that, though, or my comment on that, is how powerful an impact driver do you need before you switch to something like a impact wrench? For me, I like to go for 1600 to 1900 inch pounds is what I look for an impact driver. Just personal experience, anything more, I start snapping off bits quite frequently, and I'm looking for just more precision, more comfort when it comes to use. Not that Milwaukee can't get that job done for me, I just prefer the Makita impacts. That's just how it is. And I don't encourage you to go and just buy based on what I'm saying, but what I'm encouraging you to do is go try a different bunch of brands of tools. You might like the DeWalt's better, you might like the Makitas better, you might like the Milwaukee's better. Just buy whichever one you find is the most comfortable for you. Don't just buy purely on what you see on reviews when it comes to just power. Unless you just want to go for the most powerful impact, that's your choice then, of course, but I like to just say, pick which one's most comfortable, because I used to just go and buy, when I first started buying tools, buying the most powerful tool I could buy, ended up not necessarily liking to use those tools because they just weren't comfortable for me. They weren't really what I'm looking for. They didn't have the features that I wanted. And when I started looking for tools that had exactly what I wanted feature-wise and comfort-wise, I wanted to use those tools a lot more. And they've done a great job for me over the years now. So finally, when it comes to warranty, I kind of touched on that a little bit. Milwaukee has the superior warranty, definitely. I'm not really to comment on that one too much. I've done a lot less Makita warranties than I have Milwaukee, but neither of them have gave me any trouble with the warranty issues. So if you want purely warranty, again, I wouldn't even recommend Milwaukee or Makita if you're looking for a better warranty. Look at brands like Rigid or Metabo HPT. They're going to have a far superior warranty. Even, I would definitely argue, brands like Hercules now offering a 5-year warranty. They're even better than a 5-year Milwaukee warranty because it's not send this tool in for repair, which might take some time to repair it. You can walk into any Harbor Freight, they're going to be able to pull up your receipt just by using your phone number, and you can walk in and swap out your bad tool for a new tool, and you're going to get a brand new tool every time. You're not going to get one repaired, you're not going to have to wait. As long as that Harbor Freight has it in stock, you're walking out with a brand new tool. So is that better than Milwaukee? I honestly think so. Even though the exact same time frame of warranties, I think that's going to be a better warranty. Getting a new tool, not have to wait for your tool to be repaired and then sent back to you, or even have to go pick it up at a service center like I have to do for my Milwaukee and Makita tools. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is look for tools that you find that are going to be comfortable, have the features you want, and don't buy one brand of tools. I guess is my biggest thing. I found over the years now that having different brands of tools, for example, these two tools in front of me, Makita makes inflators and Milwaukee makes impact drivers, but I don't really use the other brand's impacts or inflators. Milwaukee honestly makes the best inflator for what I need. This one actually has a built-in cooling fan. It can fill up my larger truck tires much faster than my DeWalt or Makita ones ever could. It's an awesome tool. While at the same time, I love the Makita impact drivers. They work great for me, they're comfortable, and they get the job done. And I got a fantastic deal on it. So when it comes to buying tools, don't just purely buy off a review that gives you, the fastest, it's the most strongest, it's going to be the best warranty, but look for the tool that's really going to do the best job for you, regardless of the brand. And of course, there's many other things to consider when it comes to buying tools, but that's kind of just my 2 cents, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, stay safe out there, and have a great evening.